then I joined Turner, the broadcasting group, to do biz dev. And then, so when we started, there's like 4 co-founders, but actually it's only 3.5 because I was doing it part-time. So the other guys are more like the engineering, like people who can actually create stuff and code stuff. One of the other co-founders is actually a little bit more about strategy and marketing, online marketing. So the 4 of us actually met when we were at Yahoo. So we kind of know each other well. And I think that's very important when you do a startup. You have to know your team members really, really well. So in terms of responsibilities, I agree that finance is very important. But back then we were really tight in budget. So I was doing finance because of my banking background. I also kind of got a part-time law degree, so I was also the legal guy, so doing all the agreements. So it's funny, but you have to pretend that you're big, right? So when you're working with partners, so, I have to ask my legal counsel about that, right? But that was actually me. But you have to create that you be professional. So I think initially there's so much work, and it still is. I mean, I think the next challenge as you grow, as you get more budget, you hire people. I think one of the challenges for entrepreneurs is to delegate, because you're so tied to the business from the day one. And the art of delegation is easier said than done. You have to trust people, and you have to make sure that they also get satisfaction out from the work. Because if you do a marketing campaign because you can do better than this person, and they will never get the satisfaction. So you have to learn about delegation as you grow.
And for myself, I have no background from IT. My undergrad major was psychology and economics. And basically, I'm a dreamer. I dream about the companies that I want. I financed my first company through organizing parties at Lan Kwai Fong for Alan Seaman. And basically, I totally agree that I need to know my team. I started my own company. And by starting, the idea was actually the name of my company, NDN. I just went to MOT and registered a BR for $2,600 and started this company without knowing what to do. Then afterwards, I realized that, well, I need income, and I just find ways to get income through organizing parties. Then, since all my companies are related to new media, about digital displays, digital kiosks, mobile applications, online, and nowadays iPhone apps, it's all new. So I need to learn every day and keep on learning, reading a lot of books, spotting for the right people, right connections in terms of finance, IT, marketing, even general managers or CEO. I would admit that I'm not a good CEO. I'm a good dreamer and creator, but then I'm not a good person to manage my companies. So I think it's really important about starting your own company is to spot around with good partners, spot the team with good talents and good staffs, and again, ask around, see, probably someone sitting beside you would be a good partner for you.
Yeah, so the point is, like, no one can actually do everything in this world. Like, you have to learn how to delegate, and you have to learn how to surround yourself with people that complement your skill. And when you choose those people, you make sure you choose them well, because, like, in a startup, you can often, like, you face these problems, and if the business idea is the only thing tying you with the other person, you're going to run into problems. You probably want some other connections, like your longtime friends, best friends, or even relatives, people will stick to with you, even if the idea is, everything is going wrong about the idea. So, another question?
Yeah. Hey, morning, G, morning, panelists. My name's Kevin. I'm an ex-consultant at Bain, about to start a pasta restaurant. My question is, can you talk a little bit more about your core marketing strategies? Seems like you all have a background, and what are some lessons that we can all learn?
Okay, well, when we talk about marketing, for us, it's actually, there are 2 parts. There's trade marketing and also like the end consumer marketing. The trade marketing is really because as a publisher, you have to go out and get developers as your partners. So what we do is that we always participate in conferences like this, just to get our names out. There are a lot of games conferences, and I think the overall social gaming space is so hot in the last year or so, and there are a lot of topics. So we always try to participate, and we just travel a lot to go to overseas and identify partners. So that's the trade marketing part. And also we have business development person to go and see like who are doing good games, and we reach out and see if we can sign them into a partnership. The other part about consumer marketing, we mostly do online marketing. It's again, we're data driven. We can actually measure the effectiveness very well. There's a lot of trial error also at the start, but as we get those data, we can fine tune our campaign, and we can maximize the effectiveness, and we can do really, really good targeting on Facebook by targeting the interests, the locale, the different countries, and the different games that the people are playing. So it's getting actually quite sophisticated on Facebook, but because that's something that we do day to day, so we're actually able to get pretty good return on those.
Yes, so we will do marketing solutions to some companies, but because we don't have sales department, so we don't do one-on-one service delivery. Instead, we will look for agency, because one agency may have more than 30 to even 100 clients. So when I can look for one agency, and then I can have 100 potential clients. So we will ask our team to look for different agency rather than clients. And as a small company, it's not easier for us to do servicing. So I think in this point, we only partner with some agency, and then the agency will look client for us. And for the other marketing, we'll look for some press, and we'll write press release to some newspaper or magazine to make sure that some agency will know us, because it's hard to talk to find an agency. It's better to show up in some event or on newspaper or magazine, and then agency will find you. So all our agency partnerships like that, they will find me. Instead, we are going to find them.
So I'm actually going to ask a question, the last question from Twitter, because it's actually getting quite popular here. So what do you think of single founder startups? Like, do you think a co-founder is important?
Yes, it depends, I would say. It depends on which field and your own background. I have several companies, and I have different partners. I even have my own company 100% solely owned by myself. But then I would say if you want to start up nowadays, if you want to build a company what does iPad applications, and you have no idea about iPads, that's only you really want to start this business, then probably you would need a co-founder to help you to take care of the technical side. It could be an IT guy, it could be a sales and marketing person, but then at the end of the day, it's really about being able to communicate with your partner very well, to avoid conflicts or avoid money issues, financing issues. And when it comes to profit, how to manage, and when it comes to crisis, how to support each another. So that's I do think it's good to have a co-founder, but it really depends on the situation when it comes to profit and risk. Yeah.
I'll take a stab at that. I don't think there's anything wrong with a single, founder startup. But the main consideration for a single founder startup is when to bring people in to complement your skill sets, or when you got to recognize that you can't be doing anything, and that you've got to have someone else to help you. Because the problem with trying to do everything yourself, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're the CEO or whatever, is that you at the end of the day become the barrier to the growth of that business. Because again, you have 24 hours a day, and there's only so much you can do. So if you were to leapfrog your revenues from 1 million to 10 million, I can tell you there's no way you can do it on your own. if you don't bring people in. So you've got to recognize that at the end of the day, you know, for the better of the company, for the better of the business, you've just got to bring in people that can help you. It could be a partner, or it could just be very senior management that can assist you.
Yeah, I kind of really agree. I think whether you want co-founders or you want to do your own business, it's really a personal choice. And I think, and it depends on your ability, but I think the key is really when you get help, the first batch of your employees or partners would be very important. And you want them not just to be very technically competent in their field, but you want them to be very complementary of your skill set, and you want someone to kind of like balance. If you're very aggressive, you want someone to be maybe a little bit more conservative, so that, you know, if two aggressive people going together, you know, probably it's not going to end up too good, right? So you really have to pick your initial either partners or employees very carefully.
Yes. Being a small company, you know, when you don't have much capital, it may take 6 months or even a year to employ the first employee. So if you don't have a co-founders, you know, you own a lot of secret, you own a lot of pressure, and you cannot talk to anyone. And it will be quite hard to me because you cannot talk to my friends sometimes. You cannot talk to your mom because she doesn't know what you do. So I have a very good co-founder, which is my brother, and I can talk to him, and we can share the difficulties. You know, one day we said that if anyone miss another one, and we cannot continue. I mean, in the beginning, because we support each other, and then it's a huge motivation to all of you.
So before we close, how about some words of wisdom from each of you for the audience here? Just one sentence or words.
I think just, you know, if you have an idea, don't think too much, go ahead and do it. Learn from your mistakes, fail fast, you know, try to be smarter next time and keep going.
For me, I would say be passionate, because if you're doing a startup for the money, I can tell you there's none in the first couple of years. And if you wake up thinking that, you know, I'm going to make tons of money and starting this business, then there's none. And the only thing that's going to keep you going, at least until you make that decent amount of money, is your passion.
And I totally agree. It's not only about money. It's about desire. It's about your own dream. It's about, you know, getting things done and helping someone in your business. You know, it's not about only helping yourself. And don't be selfish. So creating a business is actually helping people. Yeah.
So when you do a startup, love your company and never give up. And when you encounter difficulties, and remember those difficulties, because next time you will meet another one. And the first time if you remember that, you will be a great lesson to all of you and me, and then you can solve another difficulty in the coming future.
So with that, we will end the startup panel. Please, a round of applause for our wonderful panelists here.